Hey, everybody. Thank you again for listening to our humble podcast here of actual play things. If you are headed to Galley 1, the premier Doctor Who convention of the LAX Marriott, please join us Friday, February 14th. That's Valentine's Day. Feel the love at 6 p.m. in Program B. We will be doing a live show. That's right. You can see all of our gorgeous faces, and also my face, live on stage if you have a badge. If not, no. But we're going to try and record it and have it actually work this time. We'll find out. But the most important part, beyond our being there and you remembering that it's 6 p.m. Friday, Program B, is that we will have exclusive live show ribbons. That's right. Are you a Galley 1 person? You know what that means? Probably. Ribbons? Yes. Excellent. You want them. And we're going to have them. And I'm just going to slip this in here. I also have a separate Michael exclusive ribbon that I got. So if you're a fan of the show Hellier, give me a poke. And if not, you don't know what the ribbon's going to mean, so leave me alone. Anywho, yeah, you're all wonderful and we're big fans. So come join us. Have fun. We don't know who's playing who. I might be playing the 8th Doctor or Ian Chesterton. Or if I thwack Ben over the head just hard enough, I will do Peter Cushing again. No, I won't. I'm going to spare everybody. Yeah, so you're all wonderful. We love you. Bye.
Previously on the game of Rassilon.
Rayla and his TARDIS 2. Rayla took her somewhere new. Rayla broke his TARDIS heart and pulled his very world apart. You walk in and you walk up the stairs to the console. And you see the body that this leg is attached to. I say body like they're dead. They're not. They're very alive. Weathered and worn and tired and noticeably older. But you are looking at the occupant of Rayla's TARDIS. It is Roman.
Well, that took you long enough, didn't it? Who's this one?
It's gesturing to Croydon.
Yeah, it's
Croydon.
I'm going to spend 3 story points so that he pulls out a compact laser deluxe. And he points it at Roman and he says, Roman, you're under arrest. It is July 17th, 1955, and in Anaheim, California, Main Street, USA of Disneyland on its opening day is swarming with Time Lord soldiers. Having recently transported Amelia Earhart into the time vortex to, we shall say, a known destination, Roman now finds himself going toe-to-toe with Maxil and his Time Lord soldiers. Roman, what do you do?
I'm running. I'm running so fast. I'm running towards my TARDIS, and I am going to get in.
Alright, I need you to do a coordination and athletics roll, please.
That is a 9.
Okay. Okay, you're very, very lucky. Maxwell takes a shot at you with his staser. And he hits your leg.
Yowza.
And you're actually going to lose 1 point of coordination as your leg buckles as you approach your TARDIS.
Ah!
And you fall to one leg and kind of limp into your TARDIS, slamming the door behind you.
Yeah, I slam it and I lock it, and I go to the console and I just set it to fly to get us out of here.
Okay. You hear the grunting and groaning and wheezing of ancient engines as your TARDIS begins to dematerialize.
Come on, let me out of here.
And on the outside, as the Disneyland ticket stand begins to dematerialize, Maxwell aims with his staser and takes a shot. And it hits the exterior of your TARDIS, just so, God knows what it hits. I don't know what it would hit on a 50s Disneyland ticket stand, but your whole TARDIS kind of shutters and slams you down against the ground. And I'm going to have you roll coordination and athletics again, please.
Oh, I'm missing one. 13.
Okay. You hit your head pretty hard, but somehow managed to avoid causing any serious harm to yourself, as the TARDIS is kind of spinning. And you feel your symbiotic connection to your TARDIS. You feel exhaustion coming from your TARDIS. Just kind of, your TARDIS is tired. Not in the sense of it wants to go to sleep. Not in the sense of it's out of energy. It's just fed up. It's fed up of this, and it's fed up of you. All your TARDIS has wanted to do is go home and chill out and hop around between Gallifrey and the capital and Arcadia. Your TARDIS did not want a life of adventure. And for the last 100 years, you have dragged your TARDIS throughout time and space on a wild goose chase, trying to find the Doctor, trying to avoid the Doctor, trying to pick people up on their own adventures.
I've been making a merry way of it, yeah.
Your TARDIS is done with you. And your own TARDIS rebels. And you can feel as your TARDIS is about to implode on itself. You can feel the transcendental dimensions inside the TARDIS begin to kind of crumple. What do you do?
I'm gonna go to the one of the panels with the psychic connection in it, and I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna stick one of my hands into sort of the psychic connection port of the TARDIS and try and reason with it.
Okay.
Please, just one more. Stop! Don't murder me. It's a little rude.
Give me presence and convince. And I'm not giving you charming because that's a dumb thing to say.
I don't have it.
Good.
Yeah. 18.
Okay, that's a very, very good roll. The TARDIS begins to consider your argument of "don't kill me." It's rude.
It is.
And then you feel again your TARDIS kind of shudder, like it's hitting something, like it's hitting something inside the time vortex. Like it's, and as you can see on the display where you are currently, kind of plugged into the psychic controls, you can see that the monitor on the thing, the spindly thing, the spin-aroundy thing.
Oh yeah.
The spinny-aroundy thing, the thing with the monitor on it that spins around. Yeah. And you can kind of see kind of a vague, like, 1980s BBC Micro, kind of 8-bit representation of the time vortex. And you can see your TARDIS, still shaped at the moment like a Disneyland ticket booth, is snagged on something. It is snagged on this abscess, this kind of bubble, this pocket of time on the exterior of the time vortex. And with one last howl, your TARDIS says no. And then there is a heat and an explosion as the panels beneath your feet begin to kind of buckle up and rise up. There is steam and smoke and explosions. The console sparks and explodes. And your own sense of dimension and time and space begins to get twisted and knotted. And then there is nothing. And then there is darkness. And then there is an orange glow of light from the emergency systems. And you can feel your TARDIS kind of convulsing and throbbing with pain. It's pain. Your TARDIS, has tried to kill you by killing itself. But the circumstances of being caught on that bubble on the edge of the time vortex has stopped it from finishing the job. And now it's going to die, slowly and in pain, stuck on this abscess, and it's going to take you with it. But it's going to take a while.
Roman goes over to he's got like a nice leatherback chair set up with a nightstand and a couple of books, and he sits down and opens up a book and starts to read, because it seems like it's going to be a long wait.
And It has been a long wait by the
250 years later.
By the time that the Doctor, Croydon, Travis, and Captain Greg Kinnear, the single greatest character we've ever had appear on this show.
Sergeant Puppers.
And you're right. I apologize.
Yeah.
Sergeant Puppers is pretty
I'm
great.
going to say you lose a story point for having made that comment.
But, let me just. Okay, cool.
And that Roman gets a story point.
Yes!
As right now, Croydon, holding his compact laser deluxe, points it at Roman and says, "By order of the Time Lords, you are under arrest."
Travis has that giant book he found in the library and uses it to uppercut his hand to knock the staser out of his hand.
Strength and strength and fighting. Coordination and fighting. Strength and fighting.
Strength and fighting. Brave?
Yes.
It's pretty brave.
An 11, but I will story point that up.
That takes you to yes, but.
I'll spend to get to it, yes.
Yeah, that gets to a yes. So yeah, you knock his arm, and I'm actually going to take a hit of coordination. And he drops the compact laser deluxe.
Thank you, Travis. Goodbye, Croydon. And I shoot my staser into his gut.
You have a staser on you?
I do!
Oh, dang.
Same one he shot Maxwell.
I updated my sheet with that staser
This
I
is the-
invented 4 serials ago.
This is the Time Lord Deluxe,
You're going to have to roll for this. You're going to have to roll coordination and marksman.
I am. And I'm very bad at this.
Oh, thank God for
Oh.
dice.
Wow.
2, because you took one away. 3. Not that good. 13.
What? Plus your 11?
14.
That is going to
My marksman is 1.
That's going to be yes, but, so that's going to be the first of the 3 numbers for your staser. What does it say? Have you got it on stun or kill?
I set it to kill, so it's a 6.
Okay, so, and that becomes a 3, because I have 3 armor. So Croydon takes 3 hits, and I'm going to take those off of strength, so his strength is now down to 1, and he gets knocked onto the ground.
Excellent.
But still conscious. Excellent!
Excellent.
Guns don't work great. Can I kick him in the face?
The other people, right? I mean, if this is now combat,
I mean, yeah,
You've
other
taken
people
your
want to
turn.
stop me.
so
but,
yeah,
like,
so let's
I'm not going to time
let's everyone
jail.
talk about what's happening. So we have we're in an extended conflict now.
Yeah.
So we've got talkers, runners, doers, fighters. What does everyone want to do?
I'm going to do a doer.
Okay. Croydon's going to do because I think he's going to reach for his gun again. He's going to go
Okay.
pick up his gun and he's not going to be able to shoot because that's 2 actions. But Trav and Greg,
Well, I already took an action, so I'll
we're
defer.
going for the top of the
Okay.
turn order again. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna pull my gun, point it at Croydon at the ground, and just kind of hold my hand up to Roman and be like, "Somebody want to catch me up here?"
Okay. So I'm gonna.
What would that count as?
I'm gonna count that as. On this occasion, I'm gonna count that as talker, and
Okay.
because you have the what was that particular trait that you have again that lets you go first when it's these things?
Quick reflex.
Quick reflexes. You also have quick reflexes,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to make you both roll a d6, and whoever has the highest number, that's who's going to go first. I know you want to talk too, right?
I'm doing a do.
Are you going to do a do?
I'm doing kind of a talk-do hybrid.
Okay.
So,
I think you're both kind of doing
Yeah.
a talk.
yeah.
It's a dock.
A dock.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a fight.
Okay. Tell
So
me
I'll go
what
last.
is Travis going to do?
I'm gonna wield the book like a weapon. but I go with the butt. At Croydon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So because
That's
you
Roman, right?
it's over, Doctor. The Black Guardian sent me to.
I've secretly been a classic Who villain this whole time.
We're supposed to. That's supposed to be the season finale, dude.
No.
Come on.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiled it.
Travis is the war chief.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I would say that because the Doctor and Captain Greg Kinnear are both kind of doing a talk, and you both have quick reflexes. I'm gonna make you both roll a d6.
Okay.
And whoever.
No,
gets
I'm gonna let Kinnear go first.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a story point for giving up
Okay.
first.
Cool. I'm about to spend it, so let's see what happens.
Greg, what's up? What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna make sure this dude on the ground, who I've never liked, does not move for that gun, and I'm gonna I only have the one gun, unfortunately, because he said the other one didn't work. Point at the new man in the business and just say, I'm saying to them, to the doc and to Kitty, someone want to catch me up here?
I'm going to. This is going to cost story points. I know this, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up. Croydon?
Croydon.
Yeah.
I always want to say Croydon, and
Yeah.
and so then I want to call it Crowley. I don't know. So I pick up Croydon's gun, and I hold it in the air, and I go to fire it, and nothing happens because I say out loud, "Hey, Croydon, do you know what happens to devices that are too close to radiate to regeneration energy?" And then I like crumple the gun up in my hands because it's like basically it's a broken piece of machinery at this point.
I love that. I am gonna make that 4 story points
Okay.
to do that because that's a pretty.
Yeah.
I would 5 is what the chart is saying. I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I think that plays into what I spoke to earlier
Yeah.
of like the Doctor's not stupid enough to think that the Time Lords aren't up to something when she's
Yeah.
heading off to this TARDIS.
Yeah.
And so I think that plays into that when she let Kinnear shoot Croydon, that was part of her plan of like
Yeah.
neutralizing this Time Lord threat to her.
Yeah.
I was halfway out of the room.
I know. What? Yeah. So, but you weren't though because you couldn't actually leave that room yet. That was the problem.
Asked very nicely.
Yeah.
Please shoot that down.
So, when she had that happen, which is why she was willing to let it happen, because it was like, why she's willing to like break her like no guns
Yeah.
rule, which is like, it's not only going to not kill him, but it's also going to neutralize any possible weapons that he has on
dig
him.
it.
So,
Cool.
and then she's going to take it and kind of chuck it away now, and she's going to go, "Did you really think that I didn't see through you the whole time?"
Croydon's gonna talk, and Croydon is gonna say, "Well, you can't blame a guy for trying, but if you're gonna not trust me, you might want to reassess your relationship with Captain Greg Kinnear."
Oh, I haven't trusted him to begin with.
Well, that's great because if he didn't make it abundantly clear with his very much blowing the game when we first arrived, you were not the first people we sent to Rayla's TARDIS. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw Papua New Guinea.
Why would you throw a whole country?
Turn of phrase, you simpleton.
Oh, insulting the Doctor's a very bad idea.
Can I
just
shoot
gonna,
him, or would that require
you can
another
still
round?
shoot. Yeah, you're good. This is fighting. The fighting's the
Oh
last.
no, please
Oh
shoot
no, that
him.
would be because you've already done your thing.
If I already talked, would it even be an option, or would I have to wait another
we have
round?
to wait till the next
Even when he
cycle.
just said that?
Even when he just said that.
Even my finger's right on the trigger?
Travis is about to whack him upside the head with a book, though. If that makes you feel any better.
Can I just add in a Travis?
And I'm wielding the book like I'm gonna smash him over it, and I'm like, and I lower the book. I don't want to damage the book, and I punch him in the face.
Oh, season 2, Travis.
All right. You are. God, I have to look. I know that there's separate rules for doing punches for like unarmed combat.
Turn to page 473 for punch rules. No.
It's just instructions on how to make fruit punch. This is.
It's not as helpful.
But it's in keeping with the Doctor Who
Yeah, it is.
aesthetic. Let's see.
I really want to shoot him.
Well, once we look up how punching works, then maybe you can shoot him.
I feel like it should go talkers, shooters, runners, shooters, fighters.
No, that's not Doctor
Not
Who.
Doctor Who.
Because it's not really fighting, it's shooting.
That's the most fighting. That's long distance fighting. It's ranged fighting. It's an attack.
You should be mid-talk like, hey, I was just... Ow. Which is the sound of a bullet arrow, I guess? I don't really know what that sound was.
It's a bullet arrow.
A barrow.
Okay. What is your out of curiosity? What is your strength rating?
3.
Cool.
My fighting is not.
I'm so glad I added Stazer to my sheet officially because I still have a marksman of 1. So I just gonna.
I was wondering how it's so low. Question, actually, clarify as long as we're waiting. You said it takes you down to a blah because you fired it. Is there a certain amount of...
So if you get a straight up success, which is a good, which if you roll 4 to 8 over the goal, that's a success.
Yeah.
So
If you roll 0 to 3 over the goal, which is a tie or up to 3 higher, that is a yes but. In combat terms, if you get a yes, but you only do half damage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it like took away, like it was almost like a counter that took away the power or the number of uses he had of it or something.
Oh no,
like
no,
that.
it just
Okay.
halves the damage, and with lethal weapons, it tends to, instead of killing, it does some damage instead.
Okay.
Your pistol has where it says the L number.
The
and
4,
LL.
yeah.
Yeah. So the 4 is if you were to get a yes but success on that roll, that's the amount of damage it would do.
Got it.
L would be like one hit kill.
And then
Okay.
it was 6 for me, but because he has guard armor, it's which is 3, so it was only a 3 that got through.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was ammo. They're unlimited ammo, all these things, because they're energy weapons. right?
Laser beam.
Figured.
Unless like something drains it in the story.
So you gonna punch him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you are going to roll strength and fighting, please.
Brave.
I don't necessarily think it's brave
That's fine.
in this situation.
Okay. 11.
11 is going to be yes, but so you're only going to do 1 harm, and he
That's
has
honestly more than Travis may have ever done. So yeah.
and he's wearing armor, so that doesn't actually take any.
Oh, I was hitting him in the face. I very clearly said I'm going to punch him in the
alright,
face.
you know, that's fair. I'll let
Yeah.
you take that one, and I'm going to take that to his coordination, so he's lost another point of coordination. No, you know what? I'll take it off awareness.
And then Travis goes, "Ow, that hurts a lot more than like it looks like in movies."
Oh yes, skulls are made of bone. Very unfortunate. Facts of the matter. Yeah.
All right. Well, Roman, first
Yes?
of all, I'm sorry it's taken us so long to get to you. I also don't know if the Time Lords understand that this is not Rayla's TARDIS.
Kind of is, actually.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they got confused about me and thought this was a mythical TARDIS. I might, maybe, have made a huge temporal boo-boo,
All right.
which tends to happen with us. If we're being
Yeah, a little
honest.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe too much.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. All right. So the question I have for you right now
Yeah.
is: do you have any restraints or handcuffs or anything we can take care of this with?
Oh, this Croydon fellow?
Sure.
I mean, we could chuck him out the front door.
That's your thing. It's not my thing.
All right. Let me look around. And I'm gonna open up. Well, we'd established in the previous Roman episode that he's got stuff hidden in roundels. So I'm just gonna like
Yes.
pop one of the other roundel cabinets open. And
I think you go to pop the cabinet open like you ordinarily have done, instead of like swinging open like gently.
Just shatters.
The thing it just shatters like safety glass, and it just shatters down. You got bits of broken glass on the shelf, and yeah.
All right, that works too. And I'm gonna just sort of root around in the restraint cabinet.
And, and while you're looking for that, I think this would be a good time for you to tell us what you're actually doing here.
And I point the book at you as if I were pointing like a spear at you.
I want to stress who are we talking? Are we talking to Greg?
The person
Kinnear
I
in this
looked
situation?
directly at.
Okay.
That's who I'm talking to.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want
People at home don't know
for the
that.
listeners.
Yeah,
at
that's
home.
fair. That's a
Yes.
fair point. Yeah, okay. I look at Greg. Yeah, okay.
I turn to Travis. I'm like, yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
I just want to know you were talking to the listener. We want to know what you're doing here.
Okay, but yeah,
Ooh,
I mean,
meta.
like, clarify that because I thought it was okay.
No, that's good.
Yeah, okay. So I think that while you're looking for something, I'm gonna look at Greg and I'm going to say, I think while he's looking for that, I think this is a good time for you to tell us what you're actually doing here.
What do you think I'm doing here?
Listen, I respect that you're apparently a time agent, but you know the names of pretty prominent Time Lords, and that is not a thing that typically gets brought up in training at human time agencies.
Look, do you
So-
think you're the first person that Kaylin tried to send to come here?
You knew who Croydon was?
Do you think that you were the first person that Kaylin
No, I
tried to
don't,
send
but
here?
I don't think that Croydon was here before, so I want to know why you knew who Caden was.
Kalen's always got his little boy toys around him. It's kind of his vibe.
Yeah, he has.
He likes an entourage, honestly.
Yeah, he has a what I'm going to refer to as a harem of contacts. That's
Love that two people were just trying to kill each other. One laying on the ground is like, yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah, my boss.
I'm one of them. He's totes right.
Boy toy, right here.
I'm going to say this now. He does not like redheads. I don't think I'm going to be. I'm going to get to.
Croydon's getting a demotion when he gets
Boy,
back
we're
to Johnson.
skirting the line on that explicit tag right
Yeah,
now.
I'm not a fan of that. Yeah.
Croydon just says, yeah, I mean, who do you think handed in the dossier for this mission in the first place?
Look, I don't like these guys any more than you do. I came
That's
here
good,
for
'cause we
my...
don't like you.
That's not the question
fine.
that
Can I
asked
shoot
you.
him?
No, we're not shooting anybody. No, the whole room. Let's just get it out of the way. The murdering is off the table, and we're going to stop bringing it up as a suggestion because it's not going to happen.
The whole room shakes and vibrates as if the TARDIS disagrees with you.
Yeah, take you in a second. All right. I was very nice to you, and I feel really upset about it right now because I'm like TARDISes. I'm predisposed to liking TARDISes.
Well, she's the worst, though.
All right. Well, maybe that might be part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you had like communicated with her in a nice way, you wouldn't be fighting as much as you
Yeah,
are.
maybe if I hadn't been exiled from Gallifrey.
Oh, don't
on
talk
an
to
old
me.
diplomatic TARDIS that didn't like me. You got to pick yours. She got to pick you.
Mine picked me.
Yeah, all right. I got shoved in this cabinet full of nightmares that hates travel and wanted to eat the TARDIS equivalent of chips. American chips. The boring ones.
Should you be insulting the sentient ship that we're currently
She's dead, I
inside
don't
of?
care.
Okay.
The room shakes again.
All right, she might not be as dead as I thought.
And also, you, Greg Kinnear, are you like a dirty cop? What is this whole thing?
Look, when you guys got here, I told you I was here for my own reasons. My reasons actually don't matter. But I have helped you. I have come along with you. I am still here with you right now. That's all that matters.
I don't think it does.
Listen, you're
Yeah.
Can I please bangy him?
No. First of all,
You said no more shooting.
That's not our explicit tag. No, listen. I want to know what's happening. Everyone, Roman, I'm sorry it took so long for us to find you. I apologize for
It
that.
happens.
Yeah, I know, but so we'll get you out of here.
We need him. We
Yeah,
need
thanks.
him.
I wasn't planning on killing him, so
Good, because we need him.
yeah, I'm not.
I
giving
don't
it to
need you.
Well, we kind of needed you, and you whiffed that, didn't you, Bucko? So we're
You're Bucko, the famous. No, okay.
I pull the trigger.
Are you actually doing that? Roll coordination of
Hang on.
marksman.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a doctor reacting moment too.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you the opportunity to kind of
And I
see that.
I was
Yeah.
threatening him with the book.
Okay, we'll let the doctor go first.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna do a do, which is to
Do the
kind of like are you using the book?
To try to disarm him, yeah.
Okay, what if you use the book to try to like block the beam?
I don't think Travis would ever put a book in
Okay,
that much harm. Harm's way.
I'm just gonna like do a shove. Like I'm not gonna like I'm
Okay.
gonna, like, almost like not quite jumping in front of the gun, but kind of like just like trying to like push the gun just so it shoots the wall instead of
To
shooting.
be fair, I never said I was actually killing him.
We're still gonna strengthen
You're still
athletics.
firing a gun.
that depends
Like,
on
Oh, no, I'm
Roll.
definitely
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, we're not getting a semantics argument. Like you're firing a gun.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stop you hitting
So
it.
give
But I mean,
me-
just to be clear, I wasn't like pointing it at your head. I'm, standing
it's
over
like
the
you're
body.
standing over
I know.
somebody
I'm just
with a
letting you know.
gun pointed
No, I'm
at-
just
like-
being clear
like-
so everyone's aware.
Oh, no, that's
that's
good.
all.
Weird, like to specify. I'm only shooting part of their body. Like
No, I'm not trying to get you to stop me. I'm just being
Okay.
clear that I'm not
Okay.
like trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But yes.
Doctor, you are going to roll strength and athletics,
Okay.
and you're going to be contesting Greg Kinnear's coordination of marksman.
That's great. I got 15.
15.
17.
Shoot.
So that is a yes, but you do shoot. You are going to miss your targeted appendage. What were you aiming for?
It's my bad for not being clear. I was actually gonna try to scare him, but let's just say the shoulder.
Okay, so you were going to hit the shoulder. You miss. You're going to hit him in the forearm.
I'm fine with that.
And how much damage does your gun usually do?
That's the first number?
Yeah.
4.
4. I'm going to. Well, that's 1 because of his armor. So he's only going to take 1 harm, and I'm going to take that off of his coordination.
Can I say something while doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't work for you, and I've never worked for you.
I still want to do a do.
What do you want to do?
When I see the doctor go to shove him,
Mm-hmm.
I basically want to use that moment to try to rip his vortex manipulator off of his arm.
Oh, don't hate. All right, so give me coordination, and we'll just straight up call that athletics.
Oh, and my coordination is down from my
And
previous hit.
you're going to be rolling against the 17 that you rolled for the shoot.
And this is why I
I
hate
don't- I don't-
cats.
Okay, so I can't beat that numerically
Okay.
because I'm going into this with a 3.
Okay.
But I'm gonna roll anyway.
Yeah, do it,
to see
'cause
how
if you
many
get-
story
if you get
points.
two
Yeah,
12s.
I got an 11 on the dice.
Oh, 11.
So 12, 13, 14.
14.
But I will spend
so
story
that's a
points.
no but right now.
How many story points to get that to
If
to
you
a
want-
yeah?
If you want a yes, that's going to be 2 story points.
I will spend 2 story points.
All right. So
You've got a
Travis has the
handy little
vortex
vault
manipulator.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Write that
Nice.
down on your inventory because that's yours now.
that rules. Oh no.
Well, there goes
Or
time.
maybe not. We'll see what happens.
Travis, side quest. No.
Croydon kind of clutches the laser wound in his arm, and he says, "None of you should be trusting anyone else in this room. Go, tell them, Roman. Tell them about the cortex."
Oh, you stupid boy. I made up the cortex to trick your boss.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I did, though. It doesn't exist. A
The
magic device? A Reaper's brain that can undo any time mistake? A great big edit button for history? You're the biggest numpty I've ever met, mate. Never happened. I'm what you're here to get.
Croydon is just he's in kind of stunned silence.
Oopsie doopsie.
He looks up at Greg Kinnear and says, Could you shoot him, please?
I'd
No,
really love
no
you
one
to
is
try,
shooting
mate.
anyone. Why would you tell him to do it if you don't trust it? This whole thing is a mess. Here, Travis, let me see that cortex manipulator.
I chuck it to you.
Okay.
Vortex.
I-
manipulator.
Cortex
Yeah,
manipulator?
I guess the
That'd
thing-
be
sorry.
dope.
There's- yeah, a lot
I'll take that.
A lot of Texas has been happening in this conversation. I'm gonna walk over to the TARDIS control panel, and I'm gonna flip open the controls to the TARDIS. I know that it's not quite functioning, but I'm gonna push it forward in time, and I'm gonna take the vortex manipulator and push it backwards in time. And what I'm trying to do is essentially kill this TARDIS. Done. I'm trying to instead of it slowly letting itself die on this thing it's stuck to, I'm just trying to do basically a shot to its head, trying to end its slow, painful death.
Matter, antimatter
And just-
kind of?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm basically doing a time vortex going one way and one going the other way, and just trying to basically stop it at the same
Just
time.
kind of pull it apart almost,
Yeah.
like breaking a wishbone.
Yep.
Do you have anything you want to say or do before you pull the trigger on that?
Yeah. I am going to say I trust one thing and one thing only in this room, and I look at Travis and I go, "It's time to book it," and then I throw the thing apart. And then I clasp my TARDIS key to summon my TARDIS back to us.
Okay, I'm gonna make you do a roll for the
Yeah.
actually, no. You clasp at the key,
Mhm.
and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You are too close to the eye of the storm
Okay.
to summon your TARDIS.
Unfortunately, that won't work. And I've only been staying in here to avoid the macrobes, so we're going to have to get to another method of transit. How did you all get here? Did Gordon time ring you or
How do we
something?
resolve what happened with the TARDIS console first?
Good point.
The console kind of sparks, and there's kind of a rush of lights, and then everything kind of dies down, and you immediately start to feel like whatever systems the TARDIS has that kind of function in the same way that the Enterprise has inertial dampeners, that immediately goes, and you start to feel as they're going this kind of rumbling that you start to feel it under your feet, because now the TARDIS is entirely unprotected from the effects of the time vortex.
Okay.
And as you hear this kind of the sound of breaking glass as you look over to where the TARDIS door is, and you can see what is a wooden door with like safety glass on it for the staff entrance to the ticket booth. That is pulled away, and there were wood splinters very similar to when you were in the cloister room with the Eye of Harmony, as the console room is now being sucked out into the time vortex.
Okay.
Slowly breaking away as it kind of as that damage and that pull creeps towards the central console. And Croydon just kind of looks at you all and says, "You idiots, we need to go now."
I go, first things first, and I want to do a strength test with Greg. And I want to chuck his book bag and the thing that he took the eggs out of.
I have a question.
Sure.
You said it's not being, nothing's being affected by the vortex anymore. Is that what you said?
Not being protected by
Nothing's protected by the vortex anymore, so the whole
From the
ship is
vortex.
kind of so the whole ship is kind of the TARDIS is kind of like shaking ever so slightly, and that's going to ramp up as that protection degrades more and more. The abscess is about to pop, basically. It's about to burst.
Okay, pause question. Does that mean... What is making it so that the vortex manipulator wasn't working?
You're kind of at the eye of the storm of the TARDIS trying to kill itself, so there's...
but now that's... How is that resolved or happening now?
That's still the TARDIS is still... I would say there's like a high concentration of like radiation and arctron
And that's still happening?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the further away you get from this room, the more likely you will be able to actually make an escape.
Okay.
So, however you guys want to play that is entirely up to you.
May I?
Yeah.
The reason why I cut you both off with the conversation thing was I was trying to like resolve that like what was happening so fast that we wouldn't be able to stop and have a conversation in the middle of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I also want to, like, while we're leaving the room, I'm going to try to chuck his backpack into because I saw him steal pieces of a TARDIS, and so, like, now I'm trying to, like, get those, because I feel like that's his actual secret reason for being
Well,
here.
I am also... That's why I was asking, because I
Yeah.
had a plan, but I don't think that works. So I take the dead egg,
Mhm.
and I just kind of chuck it to the doctor and run.
Okay.
In that case, give me coordination, and I'm gonna call it athletics to throw.
Okay.
And then, Doctor, you have this thing flying at you suddenly. I'm going to have you do awareness and athletics to catch.
Okay. That's going to be a 17.
Okay?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. You were able to throw it. You perfect throw, arcs in the air. Doctor, you were able to catch it. And you catch it. And I would say that you're aware that Greg was using this as a diversionary tactic. So
I saw you. I noticed it.
without missing a beat, you see him booking it.
And I look at Roman, because I know he's a staser, and I point to the bag.
All right. Yeah, I'll point my staser at the bag in an attempt to destroy it.
All right, give me coordination and marksman.
Oh, so bad. At both. Do I still have the one coordination missing because of the staser bolt in my leg from 250 years ago?
No, I'm going to say that's probably not.
It finally just healed.
Just checking it, you know. It's a big wound. Oh, no. That's a 6. Hold on. 10.
10.
I did a 10.
10 does not do it. The staser bolt whiffs past. The staser bolt whiffs past Greg Kinnear as he vacates out the door through whence you all came. But looking through the doorway, you can see it doesn't actually lead back into the architectural reconfiguration room. It is a different room. And I will tell you what is in that room in just a moment. But Greg disappears on sight.
Okay. It's okay, Doctor. He has no way of getting off the ship currently.
Don't count him out. Look, he was obviously here to steal Time Lord tech. We have to stop him. We also have to get out of here safe.
Well, then I guess we're back to plan A, Doctor. Run.
All right. The pull of the vortex has now pulled away everything up to just shy of the console. What do you guys want to do?
I guess we can try Travis's idea of like putting both of our keys together, kind of like use that to summon our TARDIS, and maybe like with the compass.
Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay. You
We
hear
know what direction it's in.
Yeah.
You hear kind of a vague, quiet, distant stuttering of your TARDIS engines, but it's too weak to reach this part of the TARDIS.
Okay.
We'll need to get further away from the console room. This place is flooded with Artron energy.
Is it possible to bring the TARDIS to the outside of this ship and we jump?
Oh, you
We don't know
magnificent beauty.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. There's a door right there.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about Kinnear?
I feel like Kinnear might have taken care of Kinnear for us. TARDIS full of macrobes. I don't have another vortex manipulator lying around.
Doesn't mean he doesn't.
That's true. I didn't get to shoot his bag. Well, I don't know. Needs must when the doctor drives. You figure it out.
Travis and Roman, you go to the door. You try to get the TARDIS here, and I toss my key to you.
I've got my own.
Yeah, but for my TARDIS.
Oh, right. I've got my own.
All right. Well, we should talk about that later. And I go running after Kinnear in the room he went after.
1 second. Huh?
What's happening with Croydon? He's just laying there?
He's on the ground. That's
Just like
a good
watching
point.
everything,
Yeah,
like
his
eating
whole situation
popcorn.
his whole situation is. Croydon kind of looks at you and says, "Wait, you're going to try to summon your own TARDIS outside of the time vortex, just outside? Are you actually insane?"
Most of the
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah. Have you? I thought you'd heard of me, and then I go running out of the room after Kinnear.
And I say to
All
Gordon, you jumped onto her TARDIS as it was materializing. I don't think you get to judge us.
That was a different man then.
You get a story point.
Yes,
There it
I
is.
do.
Oh my
I was
There it is.
I'm pretty proud of my. I thought you heard of me, and then I go
Yeah.
running out of the
Yeah.
room.
I'm giving you a story point for that as well. That's pretty great. So we'll come back to you guys, to Roman and Trav summoning the TARDIS. TARDIS.
Tardine.
And we'll let's go to Greg.
Yeah.
Greg, you have entered into a room. There just kind of seems to be this kind of featureless black space. You can make out kind of the impression of walls. But the room seems to be kind of tapering off towards a single door at the end. It's kind of the walls kind of bend in kind of trapezoidal towards this one door. And you can't really make out any distinct shapes or features, just kind of the way that the light from the door at the end occasionally kind of catches the wall, gives you the implication of wall. And as you are already like a third of the way into this room, you hear the echo of the footsteps as the Doctor enters the room behind you. And I need you to roll presence and let's call it presence and resolve. Both of those attributes together, please.
Okay.
Okay. That's not a bad number.
No, it's just the way you said it. Okay.
What is Greg Kinnear afraid of? And that's another sentence I never thought I'd have to say outside of a courtroom. But
Gary Sinise appears.
Sabrina 2.
Jack
Without
Nicholson.
him. Like, what is his fear? Like, what is
yeah,
he?
like what scares him? Like either from his past or his history. Like what?
Being forgotten.
Being forgotten? Oh wow. Oh, that's good. That's really good. It's very difficult to kind of represent. You see, there's
Would you prefer something physical?
No, this
Okay.
is great. You
Clowns,
see
no.
in front of Greg Kinnear, not suddenly, but like you realize you've knocked someone's shoulder as you're running past, and then you turn and you see an old colleague from the time agency, your partner, who I'm going to call.
Jack Harkness.
Do you want-
No.
Do you have a name?
Mhm.
Go on,
Mary.
Mary.
Mhm.
You see Mary.
Do you want her full name?
Yeah, why not?
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio.
You see Mary, and you realize you've knocked shoulders, and as you turn to see, you see her from the back. But you recognize her. You recognize her very clearly. What does she look like?
Very curly brunette. Tall. Stoic. Strong.
Okay. And she's just kind of you can see her like there is light shining just on her, not like a spotlight, but like there is an illumination that is only being caught by her. There's no spotlight on the floor, there's no light on the walls. It's like she is lit.
Mm-hmm.
Fam. And
Oh, God. I felt that coming and I was scared.
she is illuminated and visible, like seeing someone in a dark room in a dream.
Mhm.
But she's not facing you. But you recognize her. You see her and you know her. What do you do?
Because of my time in here, how between the rolling and all of that, aware am I that this is not real?
I don't think that there's that this is a phenomenon that Captain Greg Kinnear has encountered previously.
So I'm 100% buying into it.
You there's nothing immediately to indicate that that this may not be who it is.
Okay. I just say, I turn to her and I say, Mary, I'm sorry. What? They shouldn't have sent you. I'm so sorry.
And she turns and looks at you, and there's a kind of a flicker of almost recognition on her face, and then just kind of confusion, and she says, "Sorry, do I know you?" And then almost as suddenly, the Doctor just kind of runs through Mary, and then there's this mist that explodes as the Doctor runs through, and suddenly the Doctor is barreling towards you. Doctor, what do you do?
I am aiming. I'm trying to run, and like with momentum I have, like sling my arm through that bag and pull it off his shoulder.
Oh, I love it. Okay, give me coordination and I'm going to call that athletics again. I'm going to have Greg contest that with awareness and athletics, but I'm going to give you a -4 because you were distracted by...
Do I get pluses because of the senses? Because I get +2 normally.
We'll make it a -2 then.
Okay,
Total.
so don't add 2, just subtract 2.
Just subtract 2.
So you said awareness and athletics?
Awareness and athletics, yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh no. Sorry, I just looked over at Riley's
Yeah.
dice.
12.
Oh wow. So wait, mine was coordination and athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just matched at a 12, and I'm
Yeah.
going to spend a story point to
As am I.
to make it. Wait, that.
I've never used a story point. I always forget. Okay,
Okay,
fine,
so
I won't.
If it's
I'm trying to figure out what happens when you spend story points, because the whole idea is like you then make your roll a
Yeah.
success. So you make
So-
yours a roll.
yeah,
roll
but
a
Oh, then we're just gonna
signature
waste
roll.
because
Got
this is
it.
a- this is
Well,
a
you said it first, so
contest.
you should do it first.
Yeah.
So I don't. So just
Okay.
take that out.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the doctor snags the bag and runs past you, and it takes you a second to realize exactly what's just
And I
happened.
scream, "No!"
Doctor, you're shocked by that.
Okay.
Not like stunned into like full on. I would say that it's enough to make you turn and look back.
Oh, so I don't use a story point for that since it didn't actually.
I'm not going to have you use
Okay,
a story point for that. But when you turn and look back, you don't see Greg Kinnear. You see someone else.
Okay.
You see Adric.
Oh no.
And Adric just looks at you with this look of kind of abandonment and like just kind of this crestfallen heartbreak, and he just says, "Why did you abandon me, Doctor?"
For the people at home, there's like a 12, 13-year-old boy in like a yellow shirt with
Yes.
a terrible bowl cut, just tears in
with
his
a math
eyes.
award on his shirt.
Yes.
Well, not anymore. Actually,
No, you're right.
he lost that at the end there.
That's
We'll
true.
say it's still there because that's probably the
Ooh.
Doctor's mental image of
Yeah.
of who Adric is. And we're going to put a pin in this moment because we're going to come back to Roman and Travis as they attempt to summon the TARDIS. Roman and Trav, what are you guys doing? And also, Croydon is there. And Croydon's just pessimistically like he's just kind of sitting up now, and he's like, "You guys are wasting your time. This is never going to work."
Look, if you're not going to say anything useful, take a hop out into the vortex for us, eh? We're running out of bloody air and water, thank you.
I like that you just made him into like.
John Hurt.
No, that's the hell I was thinking of. God, why am I blanking on his name?
Brian
shit.
Cox.
No,
No,
just
the
doing
actor
gravel.
the actor who played Eddie Valiant in Roger Rabbit.
That's
Bob
Bob
Hoskins.
Hoskins.
Oh,
He
You
was
sound,
also
you sound like Bob Hoskins when he's doing his actual accents.
he
like
was
his
also
dog.
he also played Mario in the
That's
seminal
right,
90s movie Super Mario
Oh,
Brothers.
Not on
So
Friday
good.
night.
How dare
Never
you,
have
it's a
two
wonderful
lead actors
movie.
been drunk
I
enough.
own it on Blu-ray.
We weren't
Imported
we
it on
weren't-
Blu-ray.
We weren't dogging on it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually talking about it on Friday night. How much we actually
Yeah.
genuinely enjoyed that movie.
So good.
It's super fun. Little Koopa guy. Anyway,
Sorry.
little lizard head dude.
Yeah.
I love him.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, I was just berating Croydon too, which I stand by and is still in the game. And then
When it says the Super Mario Brothers movie was an abomination of cinema.
You're completely incorrect, and we'll deal with this later, Colton. You're mad! Travis, what do we do?
let's retake that.
No, David, leave that in, please.
All right.
Sorry, it's been a little while.
No, that's okay. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. You take your TARDIS key and you insert it into your console, and Travis runs over to the this TARDIS's front door and opens it and
Oh,
attempts.
the front door doesn't exist anymore. That's all been pulled
Zucked
away.
out.
And I was-
But there's a gap where the
Yeah.
vortex is, right?
Yeah.
Like,
There's
Yeah,
still
well,
the gap leading
I
into
see. I
the
wanted to
vortex.
insert my key into the door of this
Okay.
TARDIS. So, how many story points to put a door back there, just so I can have a keyhole?
I mean, that's a pretty major change.
Let me use my sonic screwdriver to make a keyhole. Nah, it's not gonna work. Anywho,
I think it makes sense that there would be some kind of keyhole on the TARDIS console itself. But that's still a pretty major story point expenditure. If you want to put a keyhole on the TARDIS console, I'm going to say that's 5 story points.
You got it.
Okay.
Oh no, not the console, to the outside.
we want a key in the console and a key in the door.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this because we've already established that the TARDIS door has been fully pulled
Yeah.
off, and that kind of the console room is being
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. All right. So Travis is kind of running around and he gets the idea for Roman to put the key in the console, and then something clicks in his mind that just wasn't there before, and kind of without him realizing it, his hands are moving on the console, and he is going to basically divert all power that is not currently using to keep everyone who's currently on the ship alive to tap into the architecture room and have this TARDIS rebuild a door. And I will absolutely roll for that
Please
using the
do,
Tech
yeah.
Adept.
Let's have that be ingenuity and technology with your tech adept in play.
Wait, isn't the TARDIS dead though?
That's a very good point.
Not to like
Right, right.
No, yeah.
action, but this is dead TARDIS.
Because the only reason I was thinking that was because there were like a couple of the eggs still on the tree, and I was basically, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The
Yeah.
TARDIS. Yeah.
Okay. If we can redirect some power, then I think we can build a new door, but we're going to need to get that egg. So,
All right. Well, hopefully we don't get turned into an omelet.
have I spent any of the story
Cut.
points?
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay.
You're good. So we going back to the Doctor and Greg Kinnear.
Sure.
So Greg Kinnear is you are watching the Doctor staring at this young boy with an 80s kind of mullet bowl cut haircut, this yellow top.
I
He's
see it too.
Great.
Okay.
You see the boy. And Doctor, you are looking at Adric. Give me presence and what did I make you roll? It was presence and resolve, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be a 15.
Okay, so you are kind of taken in by this image as well. Like
Okay.
it's a bit like being in a dream and not realizing you're in a dream. And Adric is just kind of looking up at you with like disappointment and heartache and betrayal. Like you betrayed him. What do you do?
Okay, so he said, "Why did you abandon me?"
Why
right?
did you leave me? Why did you abandon me? You left me to die.
Because I'm a fool.
Yes. You're an old fool.
You deserve better.
Everyone deserves better than you, Doctor.
You're not wrong, but that's why I'm trying to be better.
Adric begins to walk towards you, and as he does so, the skin begins to burn away on his face,
Oh my god.
revealing muscle and bone, and he starts walking towards you, and as he's walking, he gets faster and faster, and he as he gets closer, he says, "You left me to die," and he starts screaming and screeching at you, and he's walking, and he's getting closer and closer, and he's almost right on top of you. What do you do?
I hug him.
You go to hug him, and you put your arms around him, and he kind of evaporates into a shroud of mist.
Okay. And I'm like crying, and I'm like saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and I go to hug him. Yeah, and that happens.
Greg, what do you do in this moment? You just watched this happen.
I stand up, take my hand off of the of the pistol, and just kind of put my hands out and say, "I need that. I need what's in that pouch. I am trying to stop these darn Time Lords. I promise you, it's not anything bad. Please, please, I need that.
What do you plan to do with it?
Help Mary."
I don't know what that means. You need to tell. Look, I can get you off the ship, but giving you Time Lord technology is very dangerous.
You took away my technology when you blew up the ship. Just give me that back in return.
This is part. I can't. You have no idea how powerful this is.
You feel you feel the floor shake under you again. You just feel it seriously buckle and bend.
At least
I can
this.
get you off the ship alive, but I can't let you take this.
How about a compromise? Make that a vortex manipulator. Give it back to me. And I'll come with you anywhere you want.
I can get you a vortex manipulator, but I can't just give you this egg. I know a friend who has one. I can track him down and get it for you. What do you need it for? Who is Mary, and why do you have to help her?
I have a feeling we have to get the heck out of here. So tell you what. Let's table this for now. Let me come with you, and we will talk about this. Deal?
I'm not taking this egg off of the ship. It needs to be destroyed with it, but I'll take you wherever you need to go.
Can we at least talk about it when we're in the TARDIS?
I'm not taking this egg off the TARDIS. I will burn with the TARDIS. Do you understand me? I will burn with Roman's TARDIS before I let this piece of it go with us.
And everything's still shaking?
Everything's shaking. In fact, you feel the ground seriously buckle under your feet now, like the
Okay.
bridge from Star Trek Generations. It just goes shunk.
It's
okay.
about when Travis and Roman would rejoin, because they were
Yep.
coming after us.
Can I say one more thing, though, before that happens? I've heard tales of you. I know of you. I am asking for your word. A new manipulator from me. And you will help me.
Yes.
Fine.
And then I think I see Travis coming in.
Yes.
And like without even like knowing what he wants it for, I see and I just like throw the bag to them.
And I catch it and I run back.
All right, Travis, give me presence and resolve.
15.
Okay. You grab the bag, you turn around, you see a figure. This figure is very familiar to you because it's you. It is you with, I would say, shorter hair. This version of you has grey eyes. And there is a pallid grey kind of whirring of like wires under the skin on the left side of his face. And you know who you are looking at. You are looking at the version of yourself that succumbed to the wire from that parallel universe. You are looking into the eyes of the version of you that saw what the wire was offering and what the wire was capable of and said yes. What do you do?
He's definitely caught off guard for a second, but I think he says, there's an infinite number of worlds, and you are one version of me that I will never become.
And the other Travis looks at you and says,
You are destined to become me. If one thing traveling with the Doctor has taught me, is that the future is never certain.
I like that a lot. I'm going to give you a story point for that.
All right. And he runs back to the control room with the egg, and for the sake of brevity, let's say Roman was just in the console room the whole time and didn't come with. Because
I imagine Roman's probably not much of a runner.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His bruised leg only just
So
healed.
you guys following?
I'll say that because we knew that room was like dangerous and things were
Yeah.
happening. I tossed the bag to Travis so that I had free hands to grab Kinnear and pull him out of the room with me.
Okay.
Like I didn't just magically know he needed the egg for a thing. I just trust
Gotcha.
Travis with it in a way that I don't trust Kinnear.
That absolutely makes sense.
Okay.
But why?
All right.
Who can imagine?
So you guys are now back in the console room, and there's not much console room left.
Right.
A lot of the ground actually around and underneath the console, in the direction of where the door was, has now pulled away, and the console itself is holding onto the ground by the skin of its teeth, almost being pulled. Like you can see the time rotor bending as the console is being pulled out into the vortex. What do you do?
Thankfully, this is not the first time Travis has found himself in this very similar situation. Yeah. Travis runs into the console room and he immediately motions to Roman that he needs assistance, and he puts the egg onto the console and starts attaching wires to it, and he motions to Roman and says, start diverting power, and then Travis runs around to the opposite side of the console, and his hands are kind of moving faster than even his brain can keep up with. It's almost, he's like a man possessed.
Yeah, I think that pretty much everyone in this room is kind of surprised that not just what you're doing, but how swiftly you're doing it, and I'm including Travis.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Like, Travis is like,
Yeah.
how do I know this?
Yeah, and he starts diverting
I'm not
power.
surprised at all. I actually have faith in my companion.
Okay.
And I just randomly say, that's a smart cat.
And then I start walking over random buttons like a cat would. No. I start diverting. He starts using the power from the egg to use the architecture program to rebuild as much of the front door as possible and as much of the console room so that we can survive. And then as the door does start to appear, Roman, go ahead, insert your key, and then he runs over to the door and opens it and finds a keyhole and sticks his TARDIS key in there.
Okay, so what you've done there is you've jumped over several, you've turned several pages at once, which I love. I love your enthusiasm, but I absolutely need Roman and Travis to roll ingenuity and technology.
Okay.
I'm gonna help them.
Okay.
I don't know how helping works in this system, but I'm gonna spend the story points for my 2 story points for my sonic screwdriver, so I'm transmitting.
Okay.
Which is my way of basically making a beacon for our TARDIS to help find us.
And I
they can
toss
do
you
their
the
thing.
compass along with that too.
Okay. Guys, give me your rolls.
No, I'll say you don't do that because you're too distracted
Okay.
by what you're doing. I don't want to give you godlike powers here. So
Okay.
I just see you doing a thing, and I hold my screwdriver up, and I make a beacon. So
Okay.
whatever I
Just gonna
does for
reach
your
into my
rolls.
Nothing.
So 16 with my tech adept.
16 with the tech adept.
17.
17. That puts you.
Sorry, 18 with my tech.
So I think
Okay.
because mine was 2 story points with the Sonic.
Yeah, that's
essentially
exactly what I'm
consider me
thinking.
giving each one of them a story point.
Yeah,
which is
that's-
why I didn't want to take your help because I was
Perfect.
already helping you.
That is exactly what I was thinking because that
love
puts
Nice.
Travis's role and Roman's role put them at a yes but and a yes respectively. This knocks it up to yes and yes and not only do you see the TARDIS materialize, you don't see it materialize outside in the vortex. You see it materialize around you all. Just as just the right moment too, you feel the ground beneath you begin to buckle away, and there is a moment of panicked weightlessness as you kind of slip into the time vortex, and it feels like you are genuinely moving in slow motion, like time is not working in the way that you have ever understood it to, because it doesn't. The time vortex is its own thing, but that moment of kind of falling weightlessness that seems to last simultaneously for a split second and an eternity doesn't actually last that either length of time, because you immediately feel your feet kind of rest against the recognizable ground of our Doctor's TARDIS console room as the TARDIS materializes around you all, saving you, all 5 of you, including Croydon.
Yeah. I mean, have fun with it. We're in my TARDIS now. I can fire that.
Not gonna work.
And you are in the Doctor's TARDIS, but the cloister bell is ringing. Something is it's pretty bad, and you can see on the scanner that the Roman's TARDIS is kind of being pulled apart at a rate much faster than you had anticipated.
Yeah.
As if the flow of time that you were experiencing was slowed down compared to the reality of the situation, which is this thing is just it's being Thanos dusted out of existence.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to my console and try to steer it away.
Okay.
But the first thing I'm gonna do before I do that is put my hand on the console, and I'm just gonna say, "I love you" to my TARDIS, because I've seen how bad relationship with the Doctor and with the Time Lord and TARDIS can be, and so I'm just I love you, and then I'm gonna push it to its max to try to get us away from
There's
this.
a chirrup of beeps that you could almost pass as an "I love you" too from
Yeah.
your TARDIS.
Should I roll for anything for this to work? Or?
No,
Okay.
just gonna let it happen. Your TARDIS spins back into the vortex and away from Roman's TARDIS, which just kind of foots out of existence, and the dust of Roman's old diplomatic TARDIS kind of swirls and coalesces out into the vortex, out through time, and then disappears in time.
Okay. I have a fun thing I want to do, if you'll let me.
Sure, go
with
for it.
Croydon, because we're not going to keep Croydon, right? Is there any point to that?
This is what
So,
I've been saying.
I think. I know this. I'm almost want to slowly do a real quick. Well, I have 2 things. First of all, I'm gonna walk over to my TARDIS and open a drawer, not unlike a drawer that a teacher would have, where they've taken cell phones and stuff away from students, and I just have a stack of vortex manipulators, and then I want to cut to a thing that we can do. Is there something you want to do to wrap up the storyline first? Because I have a thing that I want to do, but I want to let you do your story first.
No, yeah, by all means, please.
Okay.
Please keep going.
So it's opening day at Disneyland, 1955, and the Time Lords are covertly around trying to figure out what happened to Roman, and then suddenly, I guess it wouldn't be 55. Suddenly, as they're going along on the Jungle Cruise, there is a section of the ride where this might not actually be accurate to the ride because I know they made changes to the ride in 1960s, but like there's an extra area of the ride where there are a stack of men trying to climb up a pole while a rhino is poking at them, and at the very top of this pole is a tied up Time Lord named Croydon.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
Nice.
And then whatever else you want to have happen now.
All right.
Sorry, I just like that was so ridiculous. I was like,
that's fantastic.
I wanted to like, where do I drop him off? It's humiliating, and then I'm like, where's the thing that we've actually used in this story?
Oh, that is superb. I love it.
And then off in the distance, in a very futuristic-looking area of the park, where a piece of space and time travel might not seem out of place to someone who doesn't know not to look for it, the Doctor stands outside the TARDIS with Roman, with Travis, and with Kinnear. And that's when she hands you the manipulator, and she says, I promised you this, so here it is. When do you need my help?
So I take the manipulator, I put it on, I say, I'll let you know. And I turn to Travis and I say, appreciate this. It's as good as it gets. And I hit a button and disappear.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so good.
Gregory Kinnear, you old dog.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And now the Doctor and Travis find themselves standing in Disneyland on opening day 1955. The Time Lords have long since left, and it is now stacked full of people standing on soft melting tarmac and rides that are half finished, if they're open at all.
And
what do you guys...
truly terrifying mascots haunt every street.
Yes.
Ooh.
What do you guys do?
I think we go ride Autotopia. Or no, we go ride Snow White Scary Adventures. No. I think we go back into the TARDIS. And I look at... I don't know. I'm trying to think of what we do.
But ice cream first.
Listen. Croydon's going to tell them what he found in that TARDIS. So your Time Lords are going to know you're still alive, and they're going to know that you're with me.
Yep. Unfortunately, I guess the running phase isn't quite over. But on the plus side, we still have Travis. I mean, literally, him being a paradox is a shield from the Time Lords finding us. It's why I had you pick him and Millie up at the museum all that time ago.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Oh! I probably should.
Well, then why did you let me keep my ship randomized all that time?
Well, we'll get to that later.
As you guys are considering where to go next and what to do next, the phone in the phone box on the TARDIS begins to ring.
Alright, this happens once in a while. Last time I got a very good friend of mine for a while, so this is good. And I pick up the phone and I go, hello?
Hello, is that the Doctor?
Yeah, I mean, who do you think it was going to be?
Well, I mean, I thought it might be one of the other two, but I don't know who's up there anymore.
Yeah, it's me. Who's
hi.
this?
I don't know if you remember me. We met a while back. My name's Snark.
Employee of the month!
Employee of the month! Yeah, that's me, yeah. So, I don't know if you knew this, because we didn't really much time to talk, but I was...
How did you get this number?
Well, I mean, I will get to that, but I was part of the refugee camp at Colony 47.
Right.
And we were all kind of still down here. So I was I just picked up the phone and hit 0. But we're gonna need you to get down here pretty sharpish, because I mean, I don't want to mince words. There's been a murder.